are live with another one, man. We are live with another one, and guys, topic of discussion right now is obviously there's huge matchups coming up. Kayla Harrison versus Juliana Pena. Um, Not very anybody. I haven't met anybody that's excited to watch that fight, guys. All right, that whole division is in shambles. Um, it's honestly it's honestly troubling, to be honest with you, just because, you know, Kayla Harrison, she's not. If she does become champion, how long is she gonna be, champion and cutting that weight? There's a lot of weight that she cuts to get to that 135-pound championship weight. So even if she wins, how often will she be defending that belt? There's not really anything exciting in the women's division besides that fight with Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison. It's um, it's just as bad as the heavyweight division, to be honest with you. And for those of you who haven't figured it out, John Jones is walking away from the UFC and the heavyweight uh, title. He's walking away. He's not fighting Tom Aspinall, guys. That's not happening. So the heavyweight division is in shambles. There's nobody for Tom Aspinall to build his name off of, and I see similar happening with the women's bantamweight division. There's no one there. Absolutely nobody. Okay, and I do want to bring up the topic that I did not I did not make my UFC fight predictions. I didn't make my UFC fight predictions for this past, UFC fight night at the Apex. I didn't do it. I was really, really busy. Okay, I was really busy during the whole week into the weekend, so I didn't have any, spare time to, really calculate who I thought was gonna win and who I thought was gonna lose. So I didn't get to do my, UFC predictions for the last UFC fight UFC Fight Night at the Apex, but that's okay, guys. That's okay. I actually did a counting mistake. Actually, I am 62 and 53 when it comes to my UFC fight predictions. Okay, I thought Raul Rosa Jr. ended up losing that fight. That's why I ended up saying that I lost that, but he ended up winning that fight by unanimous decision. Very close fight though, but yeah, I'm 62 and 53 at my UFC fight predictions as it stands right now. Like I said, I did not make my UFC fight predictions for this last event that just passed, but I will be making my fight predictions most likely tomorrow for this event, UFC. I believe it's UFC 314, Volk versus Lopez. I'm definitely gonna make my UFC fight predictions for that, just because uh, this is an exciting card, man. This is an exciting card with a lot of implications here. We got Michael Chandler versus Patty Pimlet. We got Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. For those of you who don't know yet, Gene Silva has put a hex on Bryce Mitchell's head. Okay, and right now, I know right now Bryce Mitchell, he got some prayers on. Now he can sleep, but before that, he couldn't sleep. He was having demons, legions of demons visit him at night, guys. So we got Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva, and then we got Yair Rodriguez welcoming Patricio Pitbull into the UFC. So this is a great, great card here. I'm definitely gonna make my UFC fight predictions in here. We got Darren Elkins the damage. So I'm definitely gonna make my UFC fight predictions. Most likely tomorrow, I'll make another video coming out with my fight predictions. But I apologize. I apologize for not making my UFC fight predictions for the last event. It just that's the way it goes sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just too busy. You can't get on the Tubi, and do your thing. You know what I mean? And actually, it's funny. I'm actually getting kind of sick. I'm actually kind of getting kind of sick here. My throat is kind of hurting. I don't know why. I'm drinking some, medicine and orange juice, trying to level it out. I don't feel any fever or anything like that, but it's my throat is a nuisance. I think Hulk Hogan's going to win. That's what's up, man. That is what's up, man. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, if you are new to the channel, it takes minimal effort to give it a thumbs up. So you might as well do it, man. And I did want to go over some stuff right now with Sean O'Malley. He recently had an interview, and The guy had so many excuses, man. The guy had so many excuses. It's like I'll just play it for you. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about here. The guy was just coming out with so many excuses. It's delusional here. It's just delusional. He's talking about he had a torn labrum. You know what I mean? He had just a broken back. You know, possibly a broken neck. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy, so many excuses for Sean O'Malley, and in reality, he just lost. He lost to the better fighter. He lost to a better man, and he just has to understand that he is not the best. He doesn't have an overall game. You know, the guy doesn't have a like wrestling. You know, he's just very, I guess, a striking fighter that only counters. Who do you think will hit a home run today? Sean's bum. Yes, he is. I agree with you cold-heartedly. Cold-heartedly. And who do I think is going to hit a home run? Um, I'm going to hit a home run tonight. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to hit a home run tonight. I'm going to take out, the bat. And, you know what I mean? I'm going to let it off. I'm going to let it off, guys. That's exactly what's going to happen, okay? But yeah, man, Sean O'Malley has so many excuses. I believe it was the interview with Ariel Hawani. He just Sean O'Malley has so many excuses, man. So many, man. It was giving me just a migraine just listening to the guy of how many excuses he could come up with in about 5 seconds. And he came out with a whole bunch of excuses of why he lost to Merab. When in reality, like I said, he lost because he's just not that great. He's just not that great. And what? He's gonna beat Merab with a counter left? Like, who sees that happening? I don't understand why the UFC is putting this fight together. I just don't understand it. Sean O'Malley definitely not deserving. And you know what? Ariel Hawani ended up bringing that up. Ariel Hawani ended up bringing up the fact that people are saying that he's not worthy, to step into, another title fight. And you know what Sean O'Malley said? He said, you know what? Then don't watch the fight. Don't watch the fight. Don't watch the fight. Go watch your reality TV. That's what he said. It's pathetic at this point. It is bright pink or dark purple. That is what's up, man. That is what's up. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Okay, like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you for your help, helping out independent MMA media. I really appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'm not. Can you say tree or three? I'm learning English, please. Tree and three. There you go. And UFC 314. This is the card that I've been waiting for. To be honest with you, man, this is the card that I've been waiting for. There's nothing really exciting about anything else, man. There really isn't. There's really nothing exciting about anything else. Man. Who else is fighting on that? Merab and Sean O'Malley too. Who else is fighting? I want to see this. I want to see. Okay, so right now we just have 2 title fights, which is the Merab, Sean O'Malley, and Juliana Pena and Kayla Harrison. Like I said, I don't know why the UFC is doing this right now. You know what I mean? I have no idea why they haven't even booked Chimaev versus DDP. That should be a fight that should be already booked. That fight should have definitely been on this card to help out this card. Just because Merab versus Sean O'Malley, that's a tough sell. That is a tough sell right there. You're not going to get me to buy that pay-per-view. And if you buy the pay-per-view, congratulations. Congratulations to you. All right? Hopefully you don't have no trouble on ESPN, because I've been having multiple troubles with ESPN. I'm so happy I didn't spend any money last time on the pay-per-view, because they ended up giving that out for free. And this past event on Saturday, I actually tried to watch the fights, the main event, and I tried to watch it. and it kept freezing up on me. I don't know what's wrong with ESPN, you can't tell me it's my Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi is terrific. Okay, but yeah, I don't understand why they didn't put Chimaev versus DDP on this UFC 314 card just because, I mean, Marab and Sean O'Malley, that's a tough sell. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison is another tough sell. Who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch Kayla Harrison and Juliana Pena, guys? I mean, no disrespect to Juliana Pena, she's a hottie. All right, she is a hottie. Let me tell you something. But I'm just being real. I'm being realistic here. If Kayla Harrison beats Juliana Pena, what happens next? How many times can Kayla Harrison lose that weight to get to championship weight, 135 championship weight, and keep, you know, defending her belt? How often is that going to happen? Because, I mean, Kayla Harrison, she's not a small little girl, you know what I mean? I heard she walks around at 170, 172, 175 around there. That's a big girl. That's a big girl to be going down to 135. That's two different body types right there. 135-pound body type to 172, 175 body type. That's totally different, man. That is totally different. So I don't know what the UFC is doing right now. But then again, I don't know what the UFC does anyways. Because I've been told the UFC, they're making the wrong moves. They dropped the ball. All right? They dropped the ball big time. And it starts with the Ultimate Fighter. They dropped the ball on that. They literally put Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen as the coaches for the Ultimate Fighter. Guys, you could have gotten somebody like I said, Sean Strickland, Adesanya. Those two guys could have been your coaches. That would have definitely been entertaining, and people would have watched that. I'm 100% people would have watched that. Whether you live in Australia, whether you live in America, you're going to watch that Ultimate Fighter if it has Strickland and Adesanya as the coaches. You're going to watch it. But unfortunately, we got Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, guys. And they're not even going to fight each other. They're just competing against each other. Really fun. Ha ha ha, really fun. UFC is losing their touch, man. But then again, they're not losing their touch because their revenue is every year is increasing. So they're not losing their touch. Obviously, they could give you, subpar, product and still have increased revenue. It's insane to me. I guess there's more casuals than we thought, right? There's much more casuals than we thought, guys. But yeah, man, I'm not excited for this fight at all. I'm not excited for this card at all. As it stands right now, Marab and Sean O'Malley, Juliana Pena, Kayla Harrison right now, UFC 316. I'm not liking this card. They have to put, in order to make this card a sellable card, man, they're gonna have to put Chimaev and DDP on that card, man. That's the only way I see this card being entertaining. That's the only way I see it being entertaining, man. Okay? Because right now, the UFC is sleeping on the wheel, man. They're sleeping on the wheel. They don't know what they're doing. They're just, I guess, doing whatever they want. They're doing whatever they want. And they're selling us wolf tickets, telling us that, Tom Aspinall and John Jones is going to happen. That fight is not going to happen, guys. That fight is not going to happen. Okay? But I'll tell you what, one good thing the UFC has done is put Ian Gary versus Prates. I think that's going to be a terrific fight. I think if Prates is able to beat Ian Gary, that's going to be crazy, man. That's going to be crazy because Prates is on a huge tear. He's knocking out everybody. He's winning all of his fights. You know what I mean? Making it very entertaining. A lot of people like watching him fight, including me. Excuse me. Yeah, he has a tall order for Prates. He has a tall order in fighting somebody as experienced as Ian Gary, right? Ian Gary, he's already there knocking at the door at contention, basically. But Yeah, he's a few fights away from breaking down that door. I'm talking about Ian Gary. He's a few fights away from breaking down that door and becoming a real title contender. And when it comes to Prates, is if he's able to beat Ian Gary, I mean, man, that pushes him right into just the top five, and he's able to really make some moves up there. Especially with the way he fights, just very entertaining, man. Very entertaining. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, man. Like I always say, it takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. And I do want to repeat, as it stands right now, I'm 62 and 53 in my UFC fight predictions. I did not make my UFC fight predictions for this last fight night at the Apex event. I was very busy during the week. I was busy on Saturday, so I just had no time to make a vid and get on the live and give you my UFC fight predictions. But I will get on tomorrow to give you my predictions on UFC 314. It's just a terrific card. Like I said, we got Volk, we got Lopez. We got Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler trying to make a name for himself. He already has, really. He's an entertaining fighter, but he's trying to make a name for himself so he can really try to contend for a title. And Paddy Pimblett is trying to crack the top 10, and he does with a win of over Michael Chandler. I could tell you that much. And Bryce Mitchell, he's trying to get rid of the legions of demons that John Silva has put on his head. And when it comes to Yair Rodriguez, he's going to welcome Patricio Pitbull into the UFC, and hopefully Patricio Pitbull can, withstand Yair Rodriguez just crazy technique that he has. But yeah, guys, this is a terrific card, entertaining card, all the way from the beginning, man. All the way from the beginning, it's an entertaining card. You know what I mean? The early prelims are very entertaining. And then you got the regular prelims over here opening up with Darren Elkins. You already know who he is. He's the damage if you don't know who that guy is. Still scamming, dude. Who's scamming? Who is scamming? Who is scamming? What's going on here? Who is scamming people? Nope, not Ty. What are you talking about? Nah, definitely not, man.
Guys, it's me, Shane. I'm back. We're back. We're not back, but we're back. You know what I mean? Tell 'em.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I tell you what, we've missed you all, but we are back in action. We got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good stuff going on, and we're working hard.
We are working hard indeed. And this would be huge.
I mean, when I hear about Sean O'Malley working hard, it brings tears to my eyes. It really does, because I mean, I don't think he can do enough in a year. All right, because I mean, damn near he'll need like 4 or 5 years of just straight wrestling to catch up to Marab. That's my belief. The guy, even if he's working hard, even if Sean O'Malley right now he's working hard, he's working his hardest that he's ever have. He's taking his Flintstone vitamin pills. You know what I mean? He's staying away from drugs. Staying away from the from scrolling. If he's doing all that and above, I still don't see him winning and beating Marab. The wrestling sucks. Okay, and your defensive wrestling is awful. Okay. So when I hear Sugar Sean O'Malley say that he's working hard, it's like it's gonna be wasted effort, man. You're not gonna step back and catch Marab. You're just not gonna. It's not gonna happen, man. It's not. And if it does, oh my gosh, the world will be very surprised, just as surprised as I am right now. Do you think Ilya can beat Islam? I think not. Do you fight? Do I fight? I train. You know what I mean? I'm not out here fighting. You know what I mean? I'm not out here causing havoc. Trying to start fights and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I do train. I do train. Minimal sparring. I don't do a lot of sparring anymore, just because I'm older and I'm trying to keep my brain cells. You know what I mean? Now when it comes to Ilya and Islam, I have to give it to Islam. I have to give it to Islam. He's just a better overall fighter when it comes to that matchup. Don't get me wrong, I like Ilya's chances, but if I had to pick someone and put my money on it, I'm going with Islam. Just because Islam, he's big, man. He's a big boy. You know, he's not a small guy. He's big. He towers over Ilya. He's most likely going to be stronger. And if you're telling me he's going to knock out Islam, I mean, I don't see that happening. I just don't. What about DDP versus Chimaev? Yeah, DDP versus Chimaev should have definitely been booked. I think it should be on that card. It should be on that card with Merab and Sean O'Malley. To be honest with you, I think they should be the co-main event. You know what I mean? And then Kayla Harrison and Juliana Pena should be on the third fight. You know, that's what I believe. DDP and Chimaev should definitely headline that card, but what do I know? If he had to fight Wanderlei Silva but had 1 year to prepare and the strongest steroids known to man, could you win? I mean, it depends, right? It depends. Like if I'm fighting Wanderlei Silva, the axe murderer, if I'm fighting Wanderlei Silva like right now, the Wanderlei Silva that's walking around this earth right now, yeah, I don't even think I need the steroids. I think I could hold my own. You know what I mean? It's gonna be ugly. Don't get me wrong. I'm most likely gonna get hit. You know, it's not gonna be a pretty fight. I wouldn't want to fight him, but if I had to fight him, yeah, I mean, I think I could hold my own. I think I could keep him away from me with my kicks. You know what I mean? And yeah, but if we're talking about Wanderlei Silva from Pride, the Wanderlei Silva that was on all the juice you could imagine, I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. To be honest with you, that Wanderlei Silva will definitely kick my ass. You know, he's a bigger guy than me. He's like 6'1" or something like that. He's a bigger guy, so he's definitely gonna hurt me. And that Wanderlei Silva that was in Pride, oh my God, it was very hard to hurt that guy. All right. No Wanderlei Silva in Pride. Yeah, I think even if I joined you for a double team, he would probably knock us both out with one steroid infused punch. Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? One thing that I do notice. I mean, I don't know about mixed martial arts fighters, but a lot of mixed martial arts fighters. But one thing that I did see in sparring with older men is that it doesn't matter what age you are. You know, you could be at like 50 years old, right? And you're gonna be slow as shit. You're not gonna be as fast as me. You know what I mean? That's for damn sure. I'm gonna hit you way more than what you're gonna hit me with. That's for sure. I've done it before. But the thing that I noticed is that, you know, if you were a power puncher, you know, early in your days and now you're older at 50 years old, whatever it is, that power actually increases just a little bit more, in my opinion, because I got cracked before by an older man. And I didn't, I mean, don't get me wrong, I expected him to hit hard, but when he hit me, it didn't even look like it was a hard punch. You know what I mean? Like, I saw the punch coming, and I thought I could block it, and I partially blocked it, but it caught me on the side of my head. And I'll tell you what, man, that's true power. So, even Wanderlei Silva, as an older man right now, he could straight up knock me out. 100%. You know what I mean? Who is this guy? Is he a fighter? Tony Starch. What promotion does he fight in? Do the older guys take steroids or testosterone to stay in the gym? And do you notice it? Yeah, I do notice it. I do notice it 100%. I sparred someone that was on steroids, and the reason why I know this person was on steroids not just because of his body, but I noticed that he was on steroids because uh, the guy wasn't like he wasn't getting tired, no matter how I hit him, no matter if I hit him across the body or anything like that, there was no reaction. You know what I mean? Usually it doesn't matter, you know what I mean, who you are. Usually you get a reaction, and this dude there was no reaction towards it. It was almost as if I was just hitting a wall, and that's when I noticed the difference. And then, as we're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can notice the difference in strength too. You know what I mean? So you could definitely notice the difference, especially if you've been if you sparred enough people and you've been around in enough gyms. You could definitely notice the difference between a person on steroids and a person not on steroids. He fights BKB. He's ranked number 7. If you know how to punch and wear, yes, very nice. If you know how to punch and wear, yes, very nice. He can't be a BKB fighter. He doesn't have a mark on him. He doesn't get hit. He fights like a large Dominic Cruz. Honestly, who is this dude? I'm no one, guys. I am no one. All right, I am no one. I'm definitely not no BKFB whatever fighter. I wouldn't want to be honest with you. Best of luck to those guys. It's a tough order. It's a tough job being a fighter. It really is. A lot of people think it's all fun and dandy, but it's not, man. It's a tough job being a fighter, and I wouldn't want to do it. Someone with status doesn't need to announce themselves. Take notes, Rab. He's humble because he's a legend. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Usually after the 30-minute mark, we start talking about whatever it is we want to talk about, you know what I mean? And we're almost there. We're at the 27-minute mark. After the 30-minute mark, we can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, guys. Just rapid fire on the chat, and we'll talk about it. Why not? We don't have to talk about mixed martial arts anymore. All right? So why are you talking about fighting Silva and sparring in the gym? Well, somebody asked me if if I had the opportunity to fight not Anderson Silva. If I had the opportunity to fight Wanderlei Silva, would I do it, and do I think I would win? That was basically the question, the gist of the question. And I said, and I answered, I said, if we're talking about the Wanderlei Silva that was in Pride, even me with the best steroids on the planet, I don't think I'll be able to beat that guy, that version of Wanderlei Silva. He was just a killer when he was in Pride. However, if we're talking about Wanderlei Silva right now, the way he is right now, older man, most likely on less steroids, yeah, I think I could keep him away. However, he could still knock me out. That's for sure. In a robe. Yeah, I'm in a robe, man. I'm in a robe, guys. Yep. I'm in a comfortable robe, chilling. You know what it is. There's nothing for me to do right now, so I might as well be in my robe, comfortable. Answer equals no. Yeah, the answer is no. Like I said. What about Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar, that guy is always on steroids. It doesn't matter what that guy's age is. If he was to get off of steroids, you do understand that man would not even look like himself. He would look like a shell of himself. He would look like everything would be just off. Like his whole body would be off. He wouldn't be as muscular, as big. His skin would start to just, like sag a little bit because of the so much steroid usage. The guy's on steroids, and no, I can't beat Brock Lesnar. The only way I'll be able to beat Brock Lesnar is with a sniper rifle, and I catch him 1.5 miles away. That's the way I'll beat Brock Lesnar. I feel like Brock Lesnar would just wrestle the whole time. Yeah, he definitely would. He definitely would. Mate, you stink of stolen valor. I stink of stolen valor. What does that mean? Stolen valor. I definitely never want to be. I definitely don't want to be. What you call it in the military. You know what I mean? That's not something that I'm looking to do. You know what I mean? Congratulations to those people who have gone to the military. Congratulations for them. But as for me, you know, you couldn't pay me enough to go fight a war that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So sorry about that, man. Laugh my ass off. I think that's definitely a viable tactic. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I could catch you, you know, with a sniper rifle from a mile away, and there ain't no way you're beating me with that one. There's just no way you're gonna beat me with that one. You're not gonna sneak up on me, and try to double leg me. I'll see you from a mile away, and I'll shoot you with a sniper rifle. And if you get, past that, then I'm gonna have to get my, my Remington. And if not my Remington, then it's gonna have to be my 9 millimeter. 100%. I subscribe. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your subscription, man. I really appreciate it, guys. I really do. You know what I mean? Thank you for supporting, independent MMA media out here. It's hard enough. You know what I mean? So, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, for real. Do you have any family in the military? Yeah, I have family in the military. I have lots of family in the military. I have lots and lots of family in the military, all over the place. I have family members that went to the Army. I have family members that went to the Marines. I have family members that went to every branch, the Air Force, the Navy, you name it. I have family members that went, It's just, to each their own, to each their own. Luckily for me, I've been fortunate enough that I never had to go into the military. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I probably thought about going into the military for sure. I probably thought about going into the military, as a viable option, right? But I just never committed. Never committed. I stuck to the path that I wanted to stick to, and this is what it is. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Unless it's Mighty Mouse, he's so short and fast, you probably couldn't get a shot. I agree. I agree with you. He's a sniper too. I think anybody can be a sniper. You can go to a shooting range like I do, and you could practice. You can actually rent a sniper rifle and practice your shots. So it's not that you are a sniper. It's that if you was given a sniper rifle, you have an ability to shoot. And as far as me, I've been to many ranges, and I had lots of practice with my guns. So I could definitely shoot. I wouldn't call myself a sniper, but yeah, if it came up to it, yeah. Damn, I had a brother who went to the Army, visited Fort Leonard Wood back in 15. Had a grandpa in the Army, but he was in an embroiled Japanese Army. Wow, okay. Shooting ranges get expensive as hell unless you own a gun already. Well, I do. I own multiple guns. So I just bring my guns to the sniper, to the rifle, to the range. I just bring my guns to the range. I bring it in a bag. I bring my bullets, and if I don't have any bullets, usually the shotgun, my Remington shotgun, I can't bring my own bullets over there because they're too powerful. So I just usually go over there and buy their bullets that they have in hand, just because. Yeah, the bullets that I have for my Remington is called bear droppers, and the bullet is about, I wouldn't say that big, so about 2 inches long. I want to say like about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, and it's a very thick bullet. It's fucking huge. You know what I mean? It's almost the size of a lighter basically, and that's used for bears, to hunt down bears and kill them. Nobody can be a sniper. That's what's up. I think last time I was at the range, I spent like $250. Hell nah. I don't. No way. Where did you go? What the hell? It costs like, I think it costs like $25 for an hour. Where at the range that I go to, it costs like $25 for an hour. You bring your own gun. I have my own bullets. I could buy the bullets. The bullets are like $15 for, a 20 pack or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Not expensive at all. So, yeah, I don't know where you went. $250? What? I would have bought a gun. At that point, if you're spending $250 at a range, you should have just bought a gun. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Oh, God. I don't know if you remember, but a couple streams ago, I told you how I lived in New York and the gun laws here are crazy. I don't give a damn about any laws. I don't give a fuck about anything. Don't get me wrong. I've been to New York City. I've been to New York City many times. And when I go out of my state, I still bring my gun. I don't even bring one gun. I bring multitude of guns. Because you never know what situation can occur. Ain't no law going to tell me that I'm not going to bring my gun into your state. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'll handle the repercussions when I handle them. But I'd rather have than not have. All right? I'd rather have than need. Point blank, period. I'd rather have than need. I can't imagine myself being in another state and then a situation arises and I don't have my gun on me to defend my my family and myself. Hell no, man. Even if I'm in New York, I could give a shit about your gun laws. I don't give a fuck. I'm still walking around with mine, and there ain't shit you're gonna do about it. It ain't like I'm out here waving it around looking for violence. No, I'm keeping it on me, keeping it close to me, and hopefully nothing occurs. And if something does occur, I'll try to really diffuse the situation as much as I can. But if I can't diffuse the situation, and the only way I can diffuse the situation is by, unpacking what I have, then so be it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'd rather have than not. I'd rather have than need. Point blank. This is what lonely looks like, people. Yeah, man. For sure, bro. Cheers to that. If you could be alone and comfortable and happy, bro, cheers to that, man. Cheers to that, because there's a lot of people out here that are in relationships. They're married, and they hate their spouse. They hate their spouse. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people in relationships that they don't even belong in relationships. They're cheating on each other. They hate each other. They pretend to love each other. They pretend to respect each other. It's all pretend. It's all a show. So for me, I'd rather be by myself, comfortable, because there's just not a lot of people out there that are willing to be alone and willing to be comfortable alone. You know what I mean? They seek, friendship, and they seek other people's opinions. And for me, man, those days are over. I don't seek anybody's opinions. I don't seek friendship. I don't seek any of that shit. You know what I mean? The thing that I seek is myself. Knowing the best things about myself, knowing the worst things about myself, knowing everything there is to do with myself. You know what I mean? What makes me happy? What makes me not happy? What's fun? What's not fun? Who do I want to surround myself with? Who I don't want to surround myself with? Man, that's the beauty of life, man. If you can go through life alone and figure all that out, that is beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Everything else is just icing in the cake. You know what I mean? If you have a family and kids, you're one of the luckiest ones in the world. But if you have a family and kids, right, and you're in a household where you guys are arguing all the time, you guys are fucking cheating on each other, you're not respecting each other, each other as husband and wife. If you're doing all that, then you know what I mean. I clap for you, man. I clap for you, because as far as me, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be good. I want to be joyful. You know what I mean? And there's so many miserable people out there that they can't even smile in a picture because of how awful and miserable their life is. You know what I mean? Because they're in a relationship. I don't want to be one of those guys. Yeah. Don't think I'll ever be able to own a gun in this state. That's sad. Well, it was 3 people we rented out, an AK and 2 pistol plus the ammo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's expensive. $250. You could have gotten a nice gun. For $250, you could have gotten a revolver, a nice revolver, Smith and Wesson revolver, because I think those are selling for like, I don't know, 325 or something like that on sale. You can get it for 275. Smith and Wesson is a good, you know, American-made gun. So, are you drinking orange juice or eggs like Rocky? It's definitely orange juice. Definitely orange juice. Hello, I'm here for your open up. This is a safe space. That's what's up. Bro's handsome. Got a nice goatee and goes to the gym training MMA. I doubt this guy is lonely. Hey, man. Thank you for so much for that. You know what I mean? But I just let people talk. You know, there's always gonna be people out there assuming. And the beautiful thing about it is, I'm gonna let you assume whatever it is you want, because I know in reality you don't know my life. You don't know the intricate things about my life. So I just let people talk. I let people imagine. So go ahead and imagine. Go ahead and continue talking. You know what I mean? And as far as me, I'm gonna keep worrying about myself instead of worrying about any other man. That's gay activity. You know what I mean? I don't worry about other men. We don't condone that over here. You know what I mean? So we don't worry about other men. We just worry about ourselves, and we keep it moving, man. You know. So while other people are worrying about us, they're already they're already behind, because I'm not worried about nothing but moving forward in myself. You hear? Well said, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Not only relationship breaks you down. Not only relationship breaks you down. Yeah, man. A lot of things breaks you down. A lot. My best friend just told me she was moving. Oh man, that's tough. That is tough, man. That's tough. Hopefully she's moving to a better place. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you guys can still communicate somehow. You know, that's the beauty in technology. You know, technology gives you an ability to communicate with each other like no other time. You know, back in the 1800s, you had to write a letter, bring it to the post office, and wait until you, you know what I mean, you got the other person gets the message and gets the mail, and you had to wait for your mail. So we live in good times, man. We live in good times. If I owned a gun, I'd want a repeater or an old bolt action like Springfield. I like those classic weapons. Yeah, those are good guns. Those are good guns to have. You know what I mean? I mean, for me, I just want something that's if I'm talking about home invasion. So like if I'm in my house, uh, the number one guns that I'm gonna go to if I'm in my house for a home invader is gonna be my shotgun. It's gonna be a shotgun, Remington shotgun. Bullets, bear droppers. The reason why is because with that gun, with that particular gun, I could shoot you through a wall, and I could guarantee that I'm gonna hit you. So if I could shoot you through a wall, so if I could hear, if I'm in another room and I hear you in the other room, or I hear something in the other room, I'm just gonna shoot through the wall and put you down. You know what I mean? And then my secondary weapon will probably most likely be a 9 millimeter. You Indian? No, I'm not Indian. I am not Indian. I am not Indian. I'm not Indian. I'm not Indian. I don't come from India. I am not Indian. You look like one. You look like one. No hate. Nothing. Just like that. Yeah, man. I'm not an Indian, man. I'm not an Indian. Yo soy español. Yo soy español. Yo soy dominicano y puertorriqueño. Mi papá es dominicano y mi mamá ella puertorriqueña. Okay. So, yo soy hispano. Yo hablo español también, un poquito. Pero yo entiendo todo. Yo puedo hablar con un hispano y todo está bien. Pero, tú sabes, mi español, eh, you know what I mean? That's that's what came to my mind. Are you gay? Definitely not gay, man. Definitely not gay, man. To each their own. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of guys out there that they commingle, they do their thing. Blessings for them, man. You know what I mean? Blessings for them, but definitely not gay. Never been gay. Never experienced with gayness. You know what I mean? I just don't want to. I just there's nothing in my mind that would tell me wow, that's awesome. I want to hook up with a guy. That's just not, if two men lay down, two guys are gay. That's point blank period, and that's never happened, and I never had the mind to do it. So I'm a straight guy. You know what I mean? I'm a straight guy. I like pussy. I always have. You know what I mean? Yeah, pussy's my thing, man. Bear droppers. Yeah, bear droppers. They're called bear droppers. You could go look it up. You know what I mean? Go look it up. Go look up the bullet, man. I'm not playing around. It's a serious bullet. It's a heavy duty bullet, and it's so serious that I think if I was to shoot someone, they would just disappear because that's what happened. Like I shot, I think it was like six watermelons, and I shot the six watermelons through a line, and the six watermelons just disappeared. They turned into water, basically. They just exploded and turned into water. You know what I mean? So if I was to shoot a human with that, yeah, they're gonna just turn into just jelly. For sure, for sure. It's a serious bullet, man. It's not a joke. It's okay if you feel like this. If you feel like this, the world can sometimes be overwhelming, but opening up, it's the first step of your healing. You're not alone. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have anything to heal from. You know what I mean? Thank the guy above. You know what I mean? I don't have anything to heal from. I'm doing really good for my life. You know what I mean? I got a roof over my head. You know what I mean? I got food in my refrigerator. I have an ability to cook. You know what I mean? I have drinks to keep me hydrated. Okay, and I have money. I have money in my bank account. So I'm not in bad condition, man. There's a lot of other people out there that are in terrible conditions. They don't have a roof over their head. They don't even have a climate control, home. And it's the little things that count. You know what I mean? Is the climate control, even having a toilet. You got to be appreciative of having a toilet. I'm totally appreciative of having a toilet and being able to use the bathroom because there's a lot of people out there that can't. There's a lot of people out there that they don't even have a toilet to go to use the bathroom. So, gotta appreciate the little things, man. I almost understood all of that, and thought dating Latinos made me fluent for a second. That is hilarious, man. You look such an Indian. I'm sorry, no offense, mom, dad. I got from South America, Dominican. Sorry, no offense. Yeah, man, no worries. No offense taken, man. You know what I mean? It's not the first time somebody actually thought I was Indian. You know what I mean? Only Indians know I'm not Indian. That's the craziest thing. Only an Indian knows that I'm not an Indian. It's the funniest thing in the world. You know what I mean? They know automatically that I'm not an Indian. I'm 100%. I have Indian friends, and they know when they first met me, they knew for a fact that I was Hispanic. They knew it right from jump. But for some odd reason, other people think I'm Indian. You know what I mean? They think I'm Indian, or they think I'm Guyanese, or something along those tribes. But I'm not, guys. I'm not. All right. How's the recoil on the bell droppers? That sounds ridiculous on the shoulder, like you're shooting an elephant rifle or something. No, 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 no. I have a Remington, so like, my Remington is a shotgun. It's a shotgun, and the way I hold it when I shoot it, I'm not holding it here, because if you hold a powerful, shotty like that, you have an ability to just crack yourself in the face. You know what I mean? So the way I hold it when I'm fucking around with that gun, I hold the back end right on my hip, like if I'm holding a belt, like right here on my hip, and then I'm holding the front end like that. So I sort of look like this, like I'm holding it on my hip for extra power and extra hold, and I'm holding the front end like this. So this is the way I'm holding my Remington. You know what I mean? I'm not holding it here because you can get hit in the face. I'm holding it here on my hip because this is where the power is going to go. And I'd rather have my whole body, you know what I mean, kind of holding me. I can't pull back and there ain't no much of recoil. But if you hold it here, and you're going to have tremendous recoil. That gun is going to come back, hit you in the face, break your shoulder. There's a lot of recoil on that one. But if you hold it here, you're all set. Hold it on the hip. Nice choice on weapons, mint. Don't don't the name bear droppers explain? Very true, very true. Like potatoes or Indians on every continent. So you basically hold the shotgun like a Terminator, like the Terminator. Oh, you know what's funny about that? I was watching the Terminator. I was watching Terminator 2, like maybe 2 days ago. I was watching that movie, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, basically. Yeah. That is hilarious. So at times it's easy to mistake. I can let you shot my hand for a couple of thousand. No way. It won't be your hand. Like if I shot you with a Remington, I would blow your whole arm off. I would have to shoot you with a 9 millimeter or something to really shoot your arm, and even that would be, I mean, shoot your hand, and even that would be bad. I could use a little 25, a little 25. You know, would be able to shoot right through your arm, your hand, not cause that much damage. It'll go in and out. But can you hold it on the shoulder for regular slugs or buckshots? I wouldn't. I wouldn't hold it in the shoulder. You can, but it's just a stupid way of holding a gun, especially a powerful gun like that. I wouldn't want to hold it up here. I just wouldn't. I'll hold it right here because I'll be able to see every. If you have a gun right here, I don't know. It just seems so weird. You know what I mean? Like the only gun you want to hold up here is if you have like a AR or something. You know, if you have an AR, you can hold it like that. You know what I mean? That's meant for that. But a shotgun? Oh hell no, hell no, hell no. Uh, can you tell me? Can I tell you what, man? What did you say? I don't know what you just said. There is two people trying to kill you. One of them is a 10-year-old child holding a Glock, but his aim is terrible. The other is a 40-year-old out of shape man with a kitchen knife. You have one bullet. Who do you shoot? Uh, First of all, I'm shooting the kid with the gun. And the reason why I'm shooting the kid with the gun first is because if I'm able to shoot the kid with the gun first, I don't have to kill him, but I could shoot him, and I could shoot the arm that he's holding the gun with, and most likely he'll let go of the gun, and that gives me an ability to have two guns. And now I don't have a little kid pointing a gun, a Glock, and Glocks have no safety. So Glocks are very, very dangerous. Even if you're not a good shoot, you can still have an ability to hurt someone. So I'd rather shoot the kid first, not shoot to kill him, but shoot to get his weapon, and then kill the other guy with the knife and shoot him. That's the way that would go. I work with a full auto in the Indian Army. I have not used shotguns. Oh, got you. Okay, so you're having fun out there with a semi. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Enjoy that. But I can tell you what, a shotgun is fun. A shotgun is very fun. Very, very fun. Uh, like I said, um, very fun. Do you have an everyday carry? Yes, I do have an everyday carry. My everyday carry, I have two everyday carries. One is a 9 millimeter that I keep in my car. I keep it in my vehicle. It's always in my car. I don't ever move that gun. It's always in my car. And then I have a Taurus. I have a Taurus 9 millimeter that I keep on my hip. It's holstered on my hip, and that's where it is with me at all times. I might not look like I have a gun on me. I might be at Walmart shopping for my groceries, and it might look like I don't have a gun on me. But I guarantee you, if I'm out of my house and you see me in, I don't give a fuck, Home Depot, Walmart, fucking Walgreens, if you see me anywhere outside of my home, I I am 100%, 1,000% holstering a 9mm with about 15 bullets in it. Okay, that's the way I roll. Um, and I'm not gonna stop that any day now because I'm not gonna be a person, fucking at Walmart and some crazy madman decides I want to start shooting people at Walmart. Well, guess what? If I'm there, you're gonna have a really, really big, 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 big problem. Okay. What if you go to the water park? Well, if I go to the water park, the only thing I have that I can, virtually carry is my two fists, you know what I mean? Myself and my two fists, my head, you know what I mean, for headbutts. And yeah, that's about it. And my shins, my nice hard shins. So if anything occurred at a water park, yeah, you know what I mean. But luckily, nobody has approached me with any issues. You know what I mean. Usually, things are done behind your back. You know what I mean. Especially when you got pussies around this world. You know what I mean. They don't dare do something in front of your face. You know what I mean. They're gonna do it behind your back, and they're gonna laugh about it behind your back. But in front of your face, like right here, they won't do shit. You know what I mean. So if I'm at a water park and something occurs, if somebody disrespects me in some way or whatever it might be, I'll try to handle it, try to defuse the situation. Because the last thing I want to do is be an adult and fighting at a water park. That's fucking just dumb and childish. So I'll try to defuse the situation. But as soon as you declare war, and what I mean by that when I say declare war, right when you invade my space, I figured you declaring war. So right when you declare war, we're gonna have to go at it. We're gonna have to go at it, Or the beach. Well, at the beach, at the beach that I go to, I'm still able to drive on the beach with my car. So if I could park my car, my vehicle, I could park my vehicle right on the sand. That's how the beaches are where I'm from. So I could park up, so my gun is never far away from me. If I needed it, it's in my car. And the water from the shore is like what, 20 feet, maybe even a little more than that, maybe 30 feet from my car. So even if I'm in the water and something occurs, I could definitely run to my car, grab my gun. If a crazy madman wants to start shooting at a beach, you know what I mean? Where I used to full auto and others can't say the details, even in the civilian area. I got you. Can we see those shins? What about my shins? What do you want to see about my shins? My shins? Hard as shit. You don't hear that? That's rock solid, boy. Rock solid shins, boy. Rock solid, boy. You know what I mean? Them things are like baseball bats. That's true. That's not a good look. Definitely not a good look. You know what I mean? Definitely not a good look. That shit is childish as shit. You know what I mean? So you got to try to diffuse the situation. You know what I mean? Always. As an adult, you got to always try to diffuse the situation. But if you can't diffuse the situation and they, like I said, they declare war, then they declare war. You know what I mean? The worst thing that's going to happen is you get in a fight, get a couple bumps and bruises. Hopefully you can end it quick, because if you end it quick, then the fight is over. You know what I mean? You look like one interested. Search RR Jamaica Indian Army. You will get the idea. I don't know who that is. Works every time, but if you've never dealt with like thieves breaking in your house or car or crazy bums, I feel like that's the thing I would want some protection for. Yeah. I've actually had a situation that I had a gun pointed at me before. So, yeah, I had a situation when I was younger. A guy, he was scared to fight. He was scared to fist fight. So he ended up pulling out his gun, and I stood right in front of him. And yeah, things happen. Things happen. Can I help you by asking where your carrier is? My carrier right now, it's right next to me. My carrier is right next to me. It's right here. right at the end of this table. That's where my carrier is. Right here. Right here at the end of this table. Why? But yeah, guys, I've been on for an hour. I didn't even think I was gonna be on for this long, man. I really didn't. I really did it. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, okay? It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, okay? All right, we passed the 30-minute mark, so we don't have to talk about mixed martial arts, you know, as the general topic. We could talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. But yeah, man, nobody ever tried me at a water park. You know what I mean? That's not something that happened. But if somebody does try me at a water park, you know, like I said, you know, try to diffuse the situation. If I can't diffuse the situation, then we get it going. You know what I mean? We get it going. Yeah, I don't care if I'm by myself or not. Usually I'm always by myself. You know what I mean? Especially in a situation like that. So if I had to get in a fight with somebody or multiple people, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna use every single limb I have, whether it's a headbutt, my elbows, my knees, my shin. I'm gonna use everything that I can to make sure that I come out of that situation clean. Holloway versus Poirier. I think that fight is actually gonna happen. We're gonna see, but there's rumors out there. Specialized for it with Pakistan. Got you. Okay, that's pretty interesting, man. What are your thoughts on weed? I don't really have any thoughts on weed. You know what I mean? I really don't. I mean, I don't worry about what other people do. So if you smoke weed, that's good for you, man. Good for you. You know what I mean? You have every ability to smoke weed. You know what I mean? Congrats to you. If you drink, hey, congrats to you. Do as you please, man. I'm nobody to tell you you can't drink. I'm nobody to tell you you can't smoke. Do what you want, man. You're a full grown ass adult. Hopefully you are. You know what I mean? Doing that. So yeah, man. I have no issues with anything. I don't. If you want to do crack, cocaine, anything you want to do, that's up to you. I have no opinions towards that. I really don't. You know what I mean? It's not me. You know what I mean? So. Like, how am I gonna be the one telling another man what to do? You know what I mean? Like, that's not me. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You do what you want to do. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do what you want to do regardless. So if you want to do heroin, crack, cocaine, all that shit, you're gonna do it regardless. If I tell you not to or to do it, you're gonna do it. So do what you want. I have no opinion towards it. I live my own life. I worry about my own. That's how I've been living my life for a long, long time, and it's been really, really good. You know what I mean? Just worrying about absolutely nobody but myself. Penguins. I had a gun pointed at me once, but it was a robbery. Dude stole my wallet, keys, and even my groceries from the store. Nah, man, it was a situation. It was another situation with me. It wasn't like it wasn't a robbery. I was in a situation that one of my friends, he ended up getting his phone taken from him, which I don't know how that happens. I've never, as a grown ass man, I've never had another man come up to me and take my phone or take anything from me, for that matter. That's never ever happened in my life. Like, no man. I don't give a fuck if you 7 feet tall. I don't give a damn if you 265 pounds. I've never had a man come up to me and take something from me. Never in my life. Like, literally never. So when my friend told me, yo, this dude took my phone, first question was, well, how the fuck did he take your phone? You ain't do nothing about it? And my dumb ass was like, all right, let's go get your phone. And we went to go get his phone. You know, a situation arose. It was a little bit, not arguing, but I was trying to figure out what the situation was. And I finally figured it out. I guess my friend owed him some money, so the only way he could get his money back was by taking something from him, which he took his cell phone. And he was explaining this to me while he had a gun in his hand. And I'm just like, bro, just put the gun down if you want. You know, we could settle it like men, but he didn't want to put the gun down, and things happened. And yeah, that's what happened, man, you know. Sometimes you get a gun pointed at you, and sometimes you gotta ride with it. You know what I mean? And as far as me, that was like the second time I got a gun pointed on me. So I definitely wanted to have a gun after that. You know what I mean? Because I felt like if it was gonna be a third time, I was gonna get myself killed or something. You know. I'm asking who you got winning in Holloway versus Poirier. I got Poirier. I got Dustin Poirier winning that fight, man. I mean, he won the last one, and he won the last one before that one. So I don't know why I wouldn't choose Dustin Poirier. I mean, the guy is just a phenomenal athlete. And don't get me wrong, I like Max Holloway, you know, but I just don't see him beating Dustin Poirier. I guess what I meant to say was, do you smoke weed or are you straight edged? I'm definitely not straight edged. I can tell you that much right now. I'm definitely not straight edged, but I could tell you this much. I could tell you this much. How can I say this? Everything that I do now that I'm an adult, back in the day, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like whatever. You got to do what you got to do back in the day. But as an adult, there's certain things that there's do's and don'ts. You know, like that whole water park situation. Like somebody asked me, you know, if a fight broke out at a water park, blah blah, all that nonsense, right? My answer was, man, I'll try to diffuse the situation because I think as an adult, fighting at a water park, bro, that doesn't even look good. You know what I mean? So like, for me as an adult, I try to do everything correctly, right? So I do say that. So what I will say is, I'm definitely not straight edged. All right, I'm definitely not. However, everything that I do, right? It's legal. Nothing is illegal. I have every single document that I need to make sure that it's legal, right? So I'll leave that on the table for whoever you guys, you know, whatever you guys think. But I'm just telling you right now, everything I do is legal, okay? But I'm not straight edge. But it's legal. But I got the documents to make sure that I'm okay and no situation would arise with, you know, police or anything like that. That's the last thing you want to, is police on your fucking radar, you know what I mean? But yeah, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys, okay? You might as well do it, man, all right? But yeah, guys. That legal sentence is a sentence that John Jones could never say. Oh, damn. I mean, yeah, you know, John Jones, he likes other drugs. You know, he likes cocaine. He's a party animal. He likes cocaine. Hey, to each their own. He likes cocaine. He likes steroids. You know what I mean? He also likes steroids. So to each their own, man. You know what I mean? If you want to take steroids, go right ahead. And if you want to do coke, go right ahead. That's not me. That's not my life. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men out here walking around with the testosterone level of a woman. Okay? And I don't I don't want to be one of those. You know what I mean? I don't want to be one of those. I'd rather be who I am, not on steroids, not dependent on some liquid. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Another Peter Puffer on YouTube. Just what we need. All right, here goes another hater. You know, there's always gonna be haters out there, guys. There's always gonna be haters out there. You know what I mean? And if they're watching you with a keen eye, and these are grown men watching you, you gotta be happy, man. You really gotta be happy, because at that point you gotta honestly say, damn, I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Because I'm not out here watching anybody else but myself, and I got grown ass men worrying about what I do. And that must mean I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? If you're worried about me and not worried about your own life, holy fuck. You know what I mean? I'm winning. You know what I mean? You're going to be left in the dust. What about Ryan Garcia? I heard what's his name tried to sue him for damages and lost the suit. I haven't heard about that. I haven't heard about Ryan Garcia. Are you talking about Ryan Garcia? That's the boxer, right? The boxer that was on an interview. He was like, dressed in white, doing what I do, all black. Is that the guy you're talking about? Ryan Garcia? I think that's the guy you're talking about. I don't really, yeah. Yeah, I mean that guy is freaking hilarious. When I saw that interview, and then I saw Devin Haney talk about, I don't think this guy's taking the fight serious. When I saw that shit, I was dying laughing, man. That guy is hilarious, man. I cannot even lie. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia, he's a funny ass dude. I don't know anything about that suit, to be honest with you, so I wouldn't be able to talk about it confidently. But yeah, I saw that. He's fighting Raleigh Romero next. That's another funny dude. I don't even know who that is. You don't watch boxing at all? No, I don't watch boxing at all. You know, I stopped watching boxing once boxing became like, you know what I mean, just less of what it used to be. You know what I mean? Like you gotta understand, guys. I grew up in an era where, you know, all these pay-per-view fights that you watch, they were easily accessible for me because growing up I grew up in New York. And growing up in New York, you had an ability to get a black box. And if you're not familiar what a black box is, I'll inform you. Back in the 90s, there was a black box. You know how, you know, today you go on your computer or you go on your phone and you click whatever it is, .com to give you a free pay-per-view fight that you have to pay for, but now you're streaming it for free. Well, instead, back in the day, back in the 90s, there was a black box. It was a black cable box, all right? And it wasn't a regular cable box, and that's the reason why it was called a black box. Well, this black box, we had a friend of ours who worked in the industry who came to our house and installed this black box. And what this black box did, it gave you the ability to watch pay-per-view for free. So you could watch all the movies that were in theater. I could watch them for free. You could watch all the boxing pay-per-views, all the UFC pay-per-views, any pay-per-view you could imagine, porn pay-per-view, any of them. You could watch it on this black box that my family had. So we, you know, growing up in the 90s, man, I got to watch all the great fights, man. I'm talking about, you know, Tito Trinidad. I'm talking about, you know, Macho Camacho. I'm talking, Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, the Mike Tysons, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, all the major fights, man. All the major fighters, man. I got a chance to watch them fight growing up, man. And now it's just different. Now it's just different. You know what I mean? Boxing is not. It's just not what I'm used to watching. You know what I mean? Boxing is a little phony nowadays. I think a lot of these sports are phony, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't even think it's only boxing. I think a lot of these sports are phony as fuck. Kind of like how the NBA has been. Those All-Star games back then were vicious. Now All-Star games are just a spectacle, no defense. Look, guys, I agree with you when it comes to the NBA. You know what I mean? The NBA is in shambles. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the NBA. The lowest views in years. It's been decades since the lowest views. Okay, so when it comes to the NBA, they're just losing it right now. They're losing it. Their All-Star weekend, terrible. If you watch the All-Star weekend that happened this year, you wasted your time. There's no way you're going to get those hours back, and you wasted those hours watching that full of crap fucking All-Star weekend. It was trash. Straight trash. I watched it for just 2 minutes. I wanted to see what it was about. Fucking, they got YouTube fucking people on there. I'm like, what is this? What the fuck is this? Whatever happened to the good old days where you had the best fucking three-point shooters, the best fucking, you know, dunkers? It's out of hand. The NBA is out of hand right now. You know what I mean? Although my Knicks are doing good. You know what I mean? They are third rank in the East, so I could appreciate that. Oh, Bo got the hookup. Damn, I wish I had a black box. What the fuck? Yeah, man, I had the hookup, man. I watched all the fights, man. Every fight you could basically imagine in your head, I most likely watched it when I was a child. Okay? I was definitely privileged. Don't get me wrong. We lived in the you know, in the projects, but we did very well. We did very well for living in the projects. You know what I mean? I always liked Lennox Lewis as a champ. He was always like a humble giant. He definitely was, man. He definitely was one of the best to ever do it too. Yo, what gang you from? What gang? I'm not in a gang. You know what I mean? I'm not in no gang. You know what I mean? I don't surround myself with gangs. Not around any. Well, I do take that back. I do have two friends of mine who are in gangs, but they're different type of gangs. You know what I mean? They're not like the everyday gang that you guys would know about. This is a totally different type of situation. But yeah, I'm not in a gang, man. I'm not in a gang. Not no gang, man. You must be a loyal fan to be a Knicks fan. I'm definitely a loyal fan, man. When you come from New York, you kind of that's it, man. There's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? I represent where I'm born from, where I'm born and bred from, where I come from, and where I come from is New York. And I've been fortunate to be a New York Knicks fan. You know what I mean? They had some terrible, terrible years. I've been on this planet for 35 years, basically, and we have not won a championship yet. So, yeah, it's tough being a New York Knicks fan, but it's okay, man. We have our up and downs just like every other team. But I'm not out here, bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people out here that, when the Patriots were on their run, they were Patriots fan. Yeah, yeah, Patriots, Patriots. Because they're the best team in the NFL history, right? You had Tom Brady there and everybody at the time, so there was a lot of bandwagon fans, man. Same thing that goes with the Lakers. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Laker fans out there that they never even been to the Lakers stadium. They never even stood outside of the Lakers stadium to even be a Laker fan. See, that's the shit that I don't understand. You know what I mean? If you're a fan for another state that you had nothing to do with, that you literally you never even was outside of the stadium. If you're one of those fans, then I don't understand you. You know what I mean? For me, I've been to the Mecca. I've been to Madison Square Garden. Okay, I've seen it. I walked by it. I went inside of it. You know what I mean? I lived in Manhattan. I was born and bred in Manhattan. That's my hometown. So for me, I have to be a Knicks fan. You know what I mean? I can't imagine myself being anything but a Knicks fan, especially that's where I come from. Sorry, I'm gonna represent. I hope they win this year just to shut Stephen A. Smith's up. Man, Stephen A. Smith is a joke. He's a joke. He's running out of ideas right now. You know what I mean? That's the reason why the situation happened with LeBron James. You know what I mean? Because he's running out of ideas. He called up LeBron and was like, man, we need to get some views. You know what I mean? We need to get some eyes, back on this NBA and, the media. So what can we do, LeBron? LeBron said, you know what? Let's start off an argument. You know what I mean? Where you insult my child and I come and confront you at an NBA game, front line, front row. Let's do that. I think it will bring a lot of eyes to the NBA. And guess what, guys? It worked. All right, it worked. Let's have a freak off. Oh man, that's crazy. What about the Celtics? What about the Celtics? Them sons of bitches are the best team right now in the NBA. They're up there with the Cavs. They're up there with the Thunder. Tough team. I only ever watched the Jersey Devils live at the Prudential Center, so I can say I'm a Devils fan. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That is what's up, man. I'm just everything that has to do with New York, whether it's the New York Rangers. I love the New York Rangers. You know what I mean? That's my favorite hockey team is Rangers. Favorite basketball team is the Knicks. I like the Nets as well, but I'm a diehard Knicks fan. Baseball, I don't watch baseball at all, but if I had to choose, I'm definitely choosing the Yankees because I've been to that stadium. I can't even count on one hand. I've been to a Yankee Stadium game over like 7 to 8 times. You know what I mean? So, and my favorite team, of course, come on, guys, it's the New York Giants. You know what I mean? They're in shambles. But we got Wilson. I forget his name, but we got him. So if we have him, hopefully something can happen. You know what I mean? Hopefully he can stay off that pussy. You know what I mean? Because that's the reason why he's gotten so distracted lately is because that pussy is just so good. so he can't focus in on getting his best cardio. You feel me? What about the Jets? What about the Jets? You know, I'm not really. The Jets are from New Jersey. All right, the Jets are from New Jersey. I'm not from New Jersey. I very seldomly go to New Jersey, just to visit some friends of mine. But I'm not chilling in Jersey. That's not something that I'm doing. But yeah, I'm definitely not a Jets fan. Aaron Rodgers basically robbed the Jets and tried to get into the Giants. Yeah, I saw that. But luckily, we didn't pick up Aaron Rodgers, man. Luckily, we didn't. And luckily, we picked up Russell Wilson. I think that's his name. Yeah. I think that's his name, guys. I think that is his name. But yeah, guys. Thank y'all so much for being on here today. I really appreciate you guys, man. Really do. I really, really appreciate it, man. But yeah, guys, I'm about to get out of here. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. All right, it takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys, okay? Might as well do it. You guys be safe. All right, you guys have yourselves a great week. All right, and yeah, stay on your 10 toes. American Hand Egg starts in September. It is non-existent. My bad, I had to grab some food, but good stream. Always a good stream. Have a good one, man. Yeah, for sure, man. You have a good one too, man. Stay blessed, and you already know, man. Stay 10 toes down, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, guys. To finish the topic, finish the stream up. I'm 62-53 in my UFC fight predictions. Like I said, I'm 62-53. We are above 500. I did not make my UFC fight predictions for this last UFC fight night. I just was so busy, and I couldn't get myself to really focus in and pick, the winners and losers. However, I will be making another vid, most likely tomorrow, maybe early tomorrow, and I will be giving my UFC fight predictions for this UFC 314 event that will be happening this Saturday with Volk and Lopez as headliner. But yeah, guys. Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely make fight predictions. Like I said, I'm 62-53 right now as it stands with my UFC fight predictions. So we're above 500. So yeah, go ahead and catch that video, guys. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting, independent MMA media. I really appreciate you guys. Stay blessed, and you already know. Until next time, y'all.